Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is Tasha M. Dyer. The Trade Whisper created a BYOB cash out strategy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get this call started in just a moment. This is our BYOB profit call, and we're about to get this call started in just a moment. So go ahead and drop it in the chat, where you're calling in from, along with those affirmations as we get ready to get this call started here in just a few minutes. But drop it in the chat and make sure you go to our Facebook page. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our Facebook page. And let's make sure that we are share. 2 million strong is what this is. So go ahead and make sure you go to that Facebook page and share 2 million strong. All right, guys. All right, so let's see here. Give me just a moment as I continue to get set up. We have a stream going. We have everything that we're looking for to be successful today. But I do want to welcome each and every last one of you all back from our holiday week, right? Just welcome back from our holiday week. All right, so let me see here. Let's see. Who do we have on the line, right? Who do we have? Good morning, Milwaukee. I see you, New Jersey. Good morning. Good morning, Milwaukee. Good morning, Cleveland. Good morning, Minnesota. Good morning, Toledo. Good morning, Orlando. Good morning, Milwaukee. Yes, good morning, London. Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning, Cleveland. Good morning, New Jersey. Good morning, Baton Rouge. Good morning, Columbia, South Carolina. Come on, guys, drop it in the chat. Wake up. 5 o'clock, y'all were up and y'all were on it, right? Y'all were up and y'all were on it. Wake up. Now, see, y'all acting like them people out there driving this morning, forgetting how the normal routines, where we go, right? I'm taking my daughter to school. It took an extra 10 minutes because people don't know how to drive. They've been off for 5 days, off too long, lost all their composure, right? So no, we're not going to do that. We are educated BYOB master traders, anointed for wealth, right? Anointed for wealth. Good morning, New York. Good morning. So that is what we are, BYOB master traders, anointed for wealth. Good morning, Cleveland, Vegas. There y'all go waking up. See, y'all cashed out, so y'all have absolutely no excuses. None. All right. So let's talk. There we go, Thailand. Y'all waking up this morning. This is what I expected at 5, not at 9. But let's go. This call moves a tad bit faster, right? That's what we do on this call because of the space we're operating in, which is our indices. Now, let's talk. I am an educated BYOB master trader, anointed for wealth. I am the signal. All my trades in profits. I am 777, right, guys? That's our mindset. Those are our affirmations. But what we do know is that many of you all, yeah, you say, yes, it was 4 a.m. for you. I'm talking Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, Fopo. Good morning. Y'all were up and y'all were at it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm definitely talking about you being a BYOB master trader, anointed for wealth. And so we have to have that mindset no matter what, guys. You have to have that mindset, that decision that we're going to win no matter what. You're going to exceed, excel. You're going to come out on top. That's what's going to happen. And that's what I'm seeing now that you guys are waking up, right? We're waking up. I know some of you guys are calling in from your jobs, and guess what? That's okay. You do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do, right? Just don't quit on yourself. That's all I'm telling you. Don't quit on yourself. So as I get my screen share together, that's what I'm going to do. Let me get a 111 in the chat if this is your first time here with us on this 9 a.m. call. Let me get a 111 in the chat. If you are still learning how to cash out, let me get a 222, right? You're still learning. You're cashing out. Let me get a 777. If you are compounding, yes, if you are compounding, let me get that 888 in the chat. And let me get this screen share. One second. Y'all know I'm trying to listen to what they're saying on Bloomberg as well. So we definitely doing a little multitasking over here. Now, let's talk. Let me see. Who do we have? All right. Who do we have? Who do we have? Who do we have on the line? Okay. Now I see you all. So welcome. Let me say welcome, 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 and welcome back. Let me welcome, 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 and welcome back to the call. So just to kind of give you an understanding of how this call schedule works, right? How does this call schedule work? Monday through Thursday, 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are live in the market, okay? We're live. We're going to do some analysis, okay? That's what we're going to do. And then on Tuesday and Thursday nights, we are doing our BYOB market talks, where we have on Tuesday nights is our basics, our analysis. And then, right, we definitely have that. And then on Thursday, right? On Thursday, we have our advanced. And both of those calls are followed by a talk with the finance doctor. What I definitely want to do is we prepare this morning. Let me open, look, I'm opening another tab. I want you all, right? Movement, worldwide. You see what I'm doing? Now, I want you all to prepare yourself, right? I'm telling you guys right now, if I can't tell you anything else, I need you to prepare yourself. Not only are we doing 6 figures in 6 months, right? 6 figures in 6 months, 6 figures in 6 months, okay? I need you guys to be preparing yourself mentally for everything that's about to take place. This has been the year of transformation. And we are, yes, the year of transformation. And then we are definitely walking into the elevation piece, right? We're walking into the elevation aspect. And next year is going to be something significant. Now, I'm not telling you, look, hot mic. Did you mute your mics as you log in? And see, I mute you, you unmute, hot mic. Let me see. Let's see. There we go. Mute all again. Thank you. So, what I was saying is we are walking into the elevation phase. And so now I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. If you're going to do something, do it now. There is the difference between success and unsuccess. Yes, and that's a word. It's a word because I said so today. But the difference between success and unsuccess is putting off decisions. Successful people are quick to make a decision and they're slow to change their mind. If you ever wonder what separates you from those that have walked it out and are walking in the wealth and the excellence that they desire, it is because I want you to look at your track record of decision making and your track record of your stick it ability, right? I want you to look at your personal track record because there is absolutely nothing. This opportunity is for everyone. What we're talking about is for everyone. And what you're going to see tomorrow at 5 p.m., okay, this on our Power Pack Tuesday is Educators that Compound. So it's possible, it's doable, right? You're seeing it. People are doing it. We're compounding. We're cashing out. We're in profit. We've turned the markets into our personal ATMs. And that's ultimately what's happening right here. And so what I need for all of you all to do is make a decision to stick it through, to make a decision to become your own bank, to make a decision that you're worth it, to make a decision that you come first. But I also want you to go ahead and make sure that you are signed up, right? You see this website, BYOB Movement Worldwide. As we go through the news, if you have not registered on our wait list, you need to come here and come to this website, and I need you to click debit card sign up, okay? Now, let me help you understand why you want to do that. Most of the time, we are accustomed to rewards, right? Now, what is it now? It benefits you, one, as a business because and I'm getting back to my train of thought, but it benefits you, one, as a business, because guess what? This is, the credibility that comes with being vetted by MasterCard. So this is your business card, right? But let me help you understand why it's for everybody, whether you are involved or not, whether you're enrolled or not. Because it's cashbacks. Most of the time when we think about rewards, cashback, merchant rewards, things of that nature, guess what we're thinking about? We're thinking about the fact that we have to do it with a credit card. So they get their money back, right? They get their money back because the interest rates they charge you, because they know, like I know, like most of you guys know, you paying the minimum balance on your credit cards, all right? That's what most people do. Let's just keep it real. So they know that if you might be that one that doesn't, I salute you, right? I salute you. Get on the wait list. There's more to come. Now, how it opens up, it will open up for US and Canada initially, but it will spread, it will expand. So make sure you are on the wait list and updates will come to you. We will be able to send you updates, registration information, all of that information as things do become available. So just make sure you are definitely on the wait list, right? Now, okay, just make sure you're on it. Okay. So, but you want to do that, right? You want to have it. You want to make sure you have it. Okay. You want to make sure. And so, like I said, this is definitely what that is. So now I'm just talking about the credibility of the movement, who we are, the education. So we have the prepaid debit card. It's more to come next year. It's going to be a phenomenal year. We're going to cash out. We're going to do 6 figures in 6 months. But right now we're going to dive in and we're going to understand. Now, why am I stressing that this morning? Because we are educated BYOB master traders, right? And we know that there's a new COVID variant out there, right? The COVID keeps it interesting, if to say the least, okay? So what we do know is we saw a reaction in the market. Let me jump back over here for a minute. This is our US 30 on the 4-hour. We talked about that in a little bit of detail this morning. We always need to come check the news, find out what's going on, okay? We always have to be able to dive in and do that. We need to find out, exactly what's transpiring. We need to find out what's going on. We need to know what's happening, right? We have to know that. But what we also know is that this Friday is NFP, it's non-farm payroll. So that already gives us a mixed market this week. It already gives us a market where the market tends to slow down just a little bit, right? That's ultimately what it does. That's ultimately what it gives us. And so understanding that that's what it gives us, we have to understand how to navigate the markets. And then what happens is we have things like COVID. Now, how many of you all listened to me this morning? I just want to know who took the trade, who didn't take the trade. And if you took the trade, were you very patient with the trade? Because this is one of the ones that we analyzed this morning, and it did exactly what I anticipated it to do, to kind of hang out in this area. So you got your 777. Now, personally, as I told you guys, and I explained to you all, I walked you through it, but I told you I personally do not trade consolidation. And as you can see, you might have had an expectation for it to rise. My stochastic was in a rise, but as you can see, there was some rejection. But once again, this is an indice call. So this call does move a little bit faster, but I want to highlight to you all, because I know for a fact you guys saw those 777s. Give me a 555 if you did not take the trade. I want to know where my discipline or who is there, right? Because it's going to take a higher level of skill set for you to really understand, how to get in a trade like that. And so you have to determine if it's worth the risk. So I have many of you all that did not take it. I salute you too, because and the reason I say that is because this is where your discipline comes in. To be a trader, to walk in excellence, you have to be able to make a decision, and you have to be able to be a disciplined trader. All right. I see many of you all did not take it. And the ones that I know, some of you guys, some of you all, let me not say all of you all, I know you would have got caught in that pullback. I know that to be true. And so that's why I wanted to kind of walk you through that this morning and make sure you understand that, yes, you watched the call. So yes, you got your 777. You got your 555, that you did not take the trade. And so it's more of you all that did not take the trade than did take the trade. And I'm happy about that. And I'm telling you why. Because you have to be able to make a trade plan, make a decision, and understand how to dive in and take those trades, and when not to trade. And what typically happens, I'm telling you why I'm proud of you all, right? Educated trader is a profitable trader, because you all have to be able to make a decision and make a trade plan. And no matter how tempting it looks, right? No matter how tempting it looks, you have to be able to stick to the rules. And that is when you're going to walk in excellence. So that's when you're going to walk, Now, once again, for those who did take the trade, nothing wrong with, I just want to reiterate, it's nothing wrong with it. I'm not bashing anybody for taking a trade. I'm not bashing anybody for not taking a trade. I want you all to be educated, to understand how the market moves, to build a relationship, to feel it out, to see it, and to know what you do and what you don't do. What I know for me personally, which works out less in my favor than most, right? Which is trading consolidation. Okay. So when I was learning how to trade, I made a decision that I would never trade consolidation, because when I did, sometime it work out, sometime it don't. Sometime it work in my favor, sometime it don't. So I put on my personal trade plan that I will never trade consolidation. And so could I probably do it today? Absolutely, because I really have a deeper understanding for the market. But I stick to the discipline of my trading, which allows me to have very consistent profits. Okay. And that's where you want to be. You want consistent profits. You live to trade for consistency and profits, and not for each individual trade. That's if you live for each trade, then it's like living day to day and living for the moment. Okay. We have, like, remember, how you ask somebody, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm just taking it one day at a time. Like, and where are they at with their life? Just think about it. I'm just trying to, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Where is that person at, right? If you have goals, dreams, and aspirations, then where are you at in your life? Like, what are you striving for? You have something to strive for, and you're pushing toward it. But if you don't have goals, dreams, and aspirations, and I'm just taking it one day at a time, what does their life look like? So if you say that, I'm challenging you. I made me step on your toes this morning. I love you. That's why I'm doing it. I need you to never say that again. We don't take it one day at a time. Okay. Every day we're trading our life for something, and we need to make sure we're trading it for something of value. Every day, we all know we're going to leave this earth. You just don't know when. And every day we need to make sure we're trading our life for something of value, so we can leave our mark and make a difference in this world. Okay. So we changing our language. You say when you get spanked hard once, you learn. Aha, so you've experienced it. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's talk indices for a minute. Okay, let's talk indices. What we know is we have COVID. Okay, we got COVID in the market again. So we already know it's a mixed market Monday. I want to be very clear about that. Non-farm payroll gives a market direction. This week, forget about COVID for just a minute. This week, a non-farm payroll week, the first Friday of every month, the market movers, right? The market makers, the ones who move the market, are anticipating and looking and on pause and waiting for non-farm payroll, right? That's what they're waiting for. Okay, they're waiting for those reports. Wednesday will be a report, and Friday will be a report. Those reports are what moves the market. Oh no, not you too. Oh no. So, but that's where the reports come in. That's what's important. That's what moves the market. Kind of think about, let's go back to being a surfer. Okay, let's go back to being a surfer. The market right now is, can you surf when there's no waves in the water? The liquidity that flows through the market are the waves, okay? Those are the waves that we're looking for. Those are the waves that we need to take profit. Those reports is what stirs up the waves, right? Those reports are what stirs up. Now, those waves come, but if you got something very significant, they tell you to stay out of the water, or they tell you to be careful in the water. They tell you to mine the water, right? Something significant like a category 5, a category 3, a category 1, like a hurricane. We're going to get some significant waves when they come through. I don't recommend at that moment that you go surfing. So this is how we have to understand how to ride the wave of the market. So when we say ride the wave of the market, that did not come because we just thought it sounded good. I know other people have bite our language, but we're very, 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 we're very, what's the word I'm looking for? We are very deliberate in what we say and how we say it and why we say it, right? We're very deliberate in that. And so when we say ride the wave of the market, it's because the liquidity is the flow, it's the wave, it's what's happening. And so we have to understand how to surf that. So when you're riding the wave, like when y'all threw them surfboards, when y'all was doing all those surfboards in the chat and everything else, well, that's because we're riding the wave. And if you ride the wave of the liquidity flow that's in the market, then guess what? That's how you walk in profit. If there's no liquidity flow, if there's no volatility, if there's no push, then there are no waves. So we don't trade, okay? We're not forcing anything. So now what we do know, on top of non-farm payroll coming this week, we also have COVID, right? Now, an educated trader is a profitable trader. You heard me say that this morning. We always focused on education with BYOB, but we really began to make that our catchphrase and really began to make that our slogan and our motto for the BYOB cash out strategy at the onset of COVID. So we've been saying that now very consistently with our logo for over a year now, probably almost 2 years now, a year and a half at least. I know it's almost 2, but we've been saying that because we saw the impact of you all. Our focus has always been education, but you all were in profit and making money when many people were not understanding, because they wanted signals, they wanted somebody to blindly feed them, and they didn't understand what was going on and how COVID impacted the market. And that's what you all did. So I want you to embrace what I'm saying right now, but I'm taking my time with it because I want you to also understand it. Okay. So now that we know that we have a COVID market, okay, now, do I believe that COVID is going to impact the market the way that it did last year? No, I do believe that COVID is factored into the market. Now, this new strain, possible quarantines, or shutting down travel, all of this other stuff, obviously that's not factored in, because that's going to have an economic impact, because they've been talking about tapering and everything else. Tapering means removing some of that stimulus and things that the government's put into place. That's not necessarily what tapering means, but that's the tapering reference that I'm speaking to. Just think about tapering like, how do you pull the Band-Aid off? Do you snatch it off, or you're going to feel it, but do I snatch it off, or do I gently peel it back, right? That's what tapering is. How do we taper? So obviously they want to gently peel the Band-Aid off so it doesn't have a shock effect to our economy, right? So if they've been talking about tapering, that means that they've been getting back on track. COVID's been factored into the market. We're there. But now where we are is understanding, right? Now where we are, is understanding that now we have COVID market impact, because if you can't fly, you can't travel, you can't do those things, it's going to have more impact, right? So this is where we are. Let's talk BYOB cash out strategy. Let's see. We just got a trigger for a buy. I'm going to walk you through this. Now, if you have never traded indices before, okay, we talked about cryptocurrency this morning. I see you guys see what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, just so my traders can know real quick, Bitcoin triggered on a 4-hour. I need you guys to go mark that up and follow that, right? After it from this morning. We'll dive back over here, but I need you to know Bitcoin triggered on the 4-hour. But I'm going to stay over here with the indices, because I promise you guys I'm slowing it down, walking you through, right? You got questions, comments, testimonies as I walk through this, but I need my traders to know that Bitcoin triggered on the 4-hour, and also follow that Ethereum as well. Now, so here, what we're looking for, okay, we need to go back to our indices. All right, so here, this is where our trigger happened, okay? I'm gonna walk you through the BYOB cash out strategy, but we also need to understand that we're also looking for, the flow, the impact from the weekend to hit when the market opens at 9:30. That's why we haven't taken the trade yet, because it's not 9:30. So US market opens at 8, Wall Street opens at 9:30. There is going to be some fundamental impact. There is definitely going to be some fundamental impact that happens at 9:30, right? That's what we're going to do, okay? So now, let's see. Let us see. Here we go. So now what we know, we trigger for a buy, okay? We always know that it's called in a correction, all right? Now, BYOB cash out strategy, for those of you all who are new to this line, it starts here around the 20 or the 80. Now, we noticed that this did start around the 20, and we're looking for that blue line cross over the red and an upward momentum. We triggered on a 5. That's why I'm on the 5, okay? Also, I want you to understand that this is an index. It moves faster. If you're new to trading indices, if you're new to trading, period, when you begin trading your crypto, when you begin trading your indices, your metals, I do want you to have a little bit higher level of understanding to understand support and resistance lines, all right? Please understand some support and resistance lines. Please do it in your demo account first. Please, it moves a lot faster, okay? This is some money right here. I'm just letting you know it's some money right here. But I need you to understand how to manage that money, okay? That's just like, we don't need you to win the lottery and then give it back, okay? We don't want you to do that, okay? It's not gambling, but that's the reference point that popped in my head, okay? So now here I am on my 5-minute. You see that this moved up. We have that blue line cross over the red and upper momentum, green candle, flat bottom, PSR flip to the bottom. This triggered at this point. what we know is this will be, it's always called in a correction, which means, simply put, if this is triggering for a buy, I expect to see a sell, but it's before it begins to turn around for a buy. Now, look at what's beginning to happen. You see my stochastic beginning to have some curve. I am now, you see how it triggered in the sell? That's a correction. This is where we're beginning to pull for that buy. Light bulb moments. I love those. So now I'm going to go to my 30-minute. We always do 1, align the strategy, 2, look for confluence. This is not ready yet. It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Do you hear me? It's not ready yet. Okay. But I'm still going to check the confluence because we need to know, do we even wait on it? Are we even looking for it? What are we analyzing right now? So now here, all right, when we were here, I did not have confluence. We had to wait on this previous trade, right? Confluence means alignment. It means alignment. So just think about, you want your car in alignment. Don't we go get our car aligned? I need my car in alignment, okay? So when I went to the higher time frame, from the 5 is the 30, from the 15 is the hour, okay? So when I went to my higher time frame, this is why we do the arrow, because it is a historical trade. When we put that there, this was in a sale, right? Let me make this bigger. I need you guys to see this, right? This was in a sale, right? This was not pulling up for a buy yet. You've seen us in a real time, right? Real time. And this, right? Good morning, Manchester, UK. And this right here is in a sale. Like my stochastic selling, that's in a sale. I'm not touching it. We needed to wait. It's just that simple. Now, let's talk about this live trade. So we know we triggered in a buy, okay? And when we come to our confluence, we definitely see that this is in a buy, right? This is in a buy. So it's a valid trigger. Y'all with me? 555 in the chat. You with me? It's a valid trigger. So what we just did is we validated the trigger, right? What we just did is we validated the trigger, right? We validated the trigger. So now let's come to my hour, because now I want to know where I am in the market. We need to know where we are. We know that this is where we are as far as support. So we already know that's where it triggers. So somewhere along the line, see, no matter how far left I need to go, somewhere there was some rejection, right? There was some rejection, right? There was some rejection that happened. We just had to go back to October to find it. So we already know that there was some rejection. And then look, what was it rejection again? Back in September. So each month we've had a significant amount of rejection. So remember, support and resistance lines are nothing more than stop signs in the market. That's all they are. You see the stop sign didn't move. The stop sign was here, but we didn't go to that stop sign. We weren't in that neighborhood. We were in the neighborhood in October. We left the neighborhood. When we came back to the neighborhood, the stop sign is still there. They don't, when you leave the neighborhood, when you leave your neighborhood, they don't move the stop signs. They're still there. That's how I need you to think about support and resistance lines, okay? The stop sign is going to stay. It's going to stay. My stochastic is a little flat line, all right? So now, but look at where my 4 hour is, all right? So now we know where we are. We're going to drop down, okay? We're going to drop down. We're going to drop down. And we're going to drop down because of the simple fact that what we want to do is we want to be able to see the actual movement and the activity that's taking place. So we already know we trigger for a buy, but we're going to see how it reacts at the bell, which we are right here on top of the bell. We did not get a chance to look at my S&P and my Nasdaq, but they look the same. The S&P should definitely be looking like the Nasdaq. Now, why do you want to trade S&P? Because it's slower. Sometimes it moves a little bit more than the US, but they hang out together and it's slower. So if you're trying to get a good feel for this, that's just like, would you learn how to drive in a sports car? I don't know about you, but they kind of move. Like if you ever driven a sports cars move. Do you want to learn how to drive? And then you might like the consistency because it's a little slower. Some people prefer the S&P, but just know that they typically hang out together. That's best friend. All right. If one doing one thing and one doing something else, that's caution. That's a red flag. And here we go. Ding, ding, ding. That's the bell. Let's see what takes place and what transpires and what happens. Ding, ding, ding. Let me put this on here. This last little level right here. We're going to see what goes on. Right? Why is that there? Because that's where we were. All right. Let's see. Let's drop down. We're gonna go check S&P as well. Please be checking that Bitcoin. Please be checking your gold. Please be checking your GBP USD that we've been analyzing. Please, please, please. Right? I just promised you guys I was gonna slow it down. Y'all asked me to slow it down. I'm slowing it down for the holiday season so we can walk through this and we can be in profit, right? So you guys can understand how to navigate the markets and what you're doing. All right. We already know Nasdaq right here. We have, let's see, I don't see any new triggers. Please don't get caught in that whiplash. Don't get caught in whiplash because that is definitely market activity that's taking place. Just don't get caught in that whiplash. Because I know we dropped for a second, right? Don't get caught in that whiplash. Please, please, please. That's all I got to say. So we're going to wait. Now, some of you guys, let me tell you, you will see some 777s because we do have super scalpers. Let me say good morning to my super scalpers, okay? Let me say good morning to my super scalpers. We are not learning to be super scalpers. You evolve into a super scalper. So I'm not telling you to take a trade just yet, okay? I don't want anybody caught whiplash. I don't need anybody trying to speculate, guesstimate, gamble, roll the dice. We don't do none of that. We don't wish, we don't hope, we don't pray, we educate. Your prayer is, God, give me the wisdom to see the market, to build a relationship. God, give me the wisdom to, right? God, give me the wisdom to understand what's happening, not push the button and go, please, 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 God, please. No, that's no, absolutely not. All right, you see how we're trying to break through? What is gold doing? Let's see. Go. Now, sometimes we have to wait about 5 minutes, okay? Sometimes we need to wait about 5 minutes. Sometimes we need to wait a little bit longer. And then sometimes it'll be 9:45. And if nothing happens at 9:45, then guess what? Then we come back. All right, all of this is triggering for a sale, okay? All of this is triggering for a sale. Please be watching your US 30. I do want you to pay attention to what's happening right here. Everything is triggering for a sale with our commodities. It looks like US 30 is trying to sell. Right? Let's see what S&P is doing. You see how it completely just went against the grain, right? It just completely went against the grain. I need to check my higher time frame because I'm not for a wick out. I'm not for it. So we definitely see where this is pulled back. Let's see my hour. This is my hour. My hour do have a little curve right here. We know we're rejected. I don't like it. I'm telling you, I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's see what happens. Super scalpers will be dropping to 777 in a minute. I just want you guys to, right? You see how my US 30 is doing one thing and my S&P is over here doing something else? Let's drop down. Let's see. Okay, now they look like. Now it look like it's rejected. Let's see what is going on. What are we going to do? Are we going to have that movement? Now, this is that COVID impact to the market. That's why I'm being a little bit more cautious, all right? That's that we just, remember we had triggers for a buyer. Have our triggers ever misled us? Have they ever? Now look at what's happening, right? Have our triggers really ever misled us? So for those, some of you guys will be dropping a 777 in the chat. If you do, I would make sure it bypasses this zone before I really dive in any deeper for a sale. This morning as we talked, we anticipated a sale based on the sentiment of the market, based on what we know historically that happened last year, right? And that's why I spent so much time this morning talking about COVID. Not a COVID vaccine, but a COVID market, okay? We got two different things, okay? It's a COVID market right now. And so that's why I spent so much time talking about that and walking you guys through that, right? Now, has our triggers ever failed us? No, they've never failed us. But as you can see, this is selling right now. This has some sale to it. I would definitely be mindful of my zones. If you do take the trade, please secure your profits. Please secure your profit. Look how this wicked out. Told you I didn't want you to have whiplash, right? It never really broke or bypassed this zone. We don't do whiplash. We allow the market. Look at how the rejection happened right there. Is this helping anybody? Is this making sense? Is this helping anybody? Is this making sense? Okay, there we go. That's what I need. So let me ask you all a question, right? I challenge you all. Let me get a, this a different 111, okay? That's not many. Who has never pushed a button on this line? Let me get a 111 if you've never pushed a button. If you have never pushed a button, let me get a 111. If you have never pushed a button. Be honest, because this is how you grow. Be honest. Be honest. Push a 111 in the chat. All right, I got a 111 in the chat. Let me see who else. I know she's not the only one. There we go. 111 in your demo. Hey, that's good. Yeah, but you pushed the button. That was my next question. I wanted a 222. If you had, that's what I needed. I needed a 222 for those of you who are only in the demo account. 111 if you have never pushed a button. 111 if you have never pushed a button, right? 222 if you're trading in a demo account. Let me get a 333 if you're building consistency in your demo account. All right. So I'm going to challenge. I love it. I'm going to challenge everybody, okay? All my 111s and the ones that, right? Now I know you in your live account. You know what? But it's okay to jump back to your demo. So, but I'm going to challenge, I'm going to challenge my 111s, right? I'm going to challenge you all to get that demo account set up and come pushing a button, okay? While we kind of waiting to see if it's going to reject or breakthrough, I'm challenging all of you all, right? I feel like we're going to get some rejection of some sort, but I'm challenging all of you all to come ready and push the button. Now, I'm going to give you the same example I gave you last week. It is your training range. It definitely is. The demo account is your training range. And that's the point I'm trying to make right now. I'm going to tell you what you guys think. You guys see the money, you see the 777s, you see it, and then you go, oh, I'm going. And then you splash, and then you get upset, and you go, well, I don't even know if this is for me. I don't even know. It is for you. Remember we talked about successful people and unsuccessful people, right? Successful people and those is that the successful people understand that to become a professional swimmer, remember we in the water, we riding the wave. So when you start learning how to swim, right? The divers, I like the Olympics. I don't know. I like diving and swimming and I don't do neither one, but I like the diving. And so I love how they can dive into the water and I love how they don't splash, right? I love how they do not splash at all. They do not splash. And when they do not splash, they didn't start that way. But you guys think that's how you're supposed to start trading. That's how you guys think that it's supposed to be for you. The first time you dive into the water, you're supposed to, you're going to belly flop. You're going to, look, there we go, 777. You're going to belly flop. You are going to do those things. And I need you to expect that. All right. But you get better from there. So come push the button. Be okay. Right? Be okay. Be okay belly flopping. Be okay. But you have to get comfortable in the market. So the same way you get comfortable in the pool, you have to get comfortable in the market. All right. I'm not feeling Nasdaq right now. Oh, well, no, you saw that stochastic just flipped up real quick because I was like, it was pointed down. So that's a perfect example of what I be talking about. When I'm like, when we're looking at a historical trade and I'm like, the stochastic was doing this, as you pay attention to, did you guys see that? As you guys begin to pay attention to this, you'll begin to see those things. So that when you see a sharp curve on a stochastic like that, it did exactly what we just saw. So when we look at a historical trade, and I'm like, I promise you guys, it was not in a buy, it was not in a sell. You'll begin to understand these little curves and momentums and things that you see in your stochastic. Attention to detail. So you saw my stochastic just flipped up real quick because I was like, it's absolutely no way I was filling a Nasdaq. No way. Because now you see this, it's breaking through, but this stochastic is going to curve as well. It's going to curve as well. It's going to. And now my Nasdaq does not have to be going in the same direction as my US 30. I'm going to tell you that now. We're breaking through here. My Nasdaq does not have to be going the same direction as my US 30. It does not. All right, guys, it does not. It does not. You see, we're still selling. I told you guys this morning, I felt like this is what we were going to do. based on the fundamental and the sentiment of the market. And then that drop, we did 1,000 points the other day. So now for those of you all who did not take a trade, if you did not take a trade, if you did not, look at what's happening right here. All right. So now you see I marked this up. Somebody tell me why I marked this up. Yes, 777, an amazing day with US 30. We already got $100 day and an amazing day. $100 day and an amazing day. And what's the best way to learn up how to mark up the chart? Have you gone through the playlist, Trading the BYOB Cash Out? Have you gone through that playlist? Yes, no, maybe so? We also had a market structure where, and I say it all the time, the best way I believe to begin to learn how to see is 1, the psychological levels, and 2, using a harmonic scanner along with the vibrato. I think that that is a phenomenal way to begin to learn how to trade. It is a phenomenal way to begin to learn how to trade. You in shock. I told you COVID. No, look, I'm sorry. Let me not get excited about COVID. You know, I'm not excited about COVID. Let me make sure you understand me correctly. Like, y'all understand? I did not say I'm excited about COVID. The COVID market pays, right? So when you understand how to ride the wave of the market, you know, when you understand how to ride the wave of the market, when you understand how to ride the wave and navigate that skateboard, then you understand how to take profit. So we got $1,000 day, your first one ever. Congratulations. Hi, y'all, that's exciting. I don't know about you, I'm excited. Now, aren't you glad you didn't jump in that buy? So our triggers are not, they don't mislead us. But let me explain. This is why. I'm gonna say it again so you guys grasp it and understand. Let me say it again. We have different types of markets, okay? We have different types of markets. And the type of market that we're dealing with right now is the political / economical / you know, that's the type of market that we're dealing with at this current moment, which means that it's going to be highly impacted by fundamentals, all right? Highly impacted by fundamentals. So you have your fundamental analysis, my fundamentals, which is why we check the news and we need to know what's going on. So my fundamentals and my technical matchup, technical analysis is blue line cross over the red, upward, downward momentum, right? All of that line up, flat bottom, flat top, right? BYOB cat, all of that line up, you having a phenomenal day, right? We're having a wonderful day when all of that lines up, right? So when my technical analysis and my fundamental analysis are in alignment, it is a beautiful day. That's what I know it is, right? We all know it's a beautiful day when all of that's in alignment. And I'm saying it over and over and over and over and over again. This should retest, right? But I'm saying it over and over and over and over again on purpose. So I need you guys to be with me. So, but then you have sentiment. How do we feel? How do we feel about what's going on? Not you and me personally, but the market movers or market makers. How do we feel about what's taking place? How do we feel about what's going on? How do we feel? How do we feel? How do we feel, right? So with all of that being said, right? With all of that being said, that is how we understand how to take a trade. So 1, we understand, right? We did a situational awareness. You see how the retest is coming? We did a situational awareness, right? We did that. And we understand what's taking place in the market. And what's taking place in the market is the reality that we have a COVID market. That's what's happening. You see how it's trying to retest? So now you guys understand that the educated trader is a profitable trader. Questions, comments, testimonies. This is about to flip. It's trying to break through this zone. So let me see. Y'all got to make sure this is only a retest before, you know, and let's just make sure it's a retest. So even though it broke it, it's always going to retest. It should retest unless it's just surging, right? And that's what we call a breakout. Let that retest happen. Questions, comments, testimonies, guys. I see $1,000 day, $1,000 day. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at GBP USD trigger for a sell on my 5-minute. So that means it should have some rejection right there, which does. Now my 30-minute. My 30 minutes in the sell. We understand we had a strong rejection point. My hour. Look at my hour. Look at my 4-hour. Look at my 4-hour. Look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. Do we got a retest? See that retest? Look at that, look at that, look at that. And where we at? We're right here at the 45-minute candle, our 45-minute mark. So let me check that 15. Look at that new 15-minute candle, boy. Look at there, look at there. Look at that 15-minute candle. Look at my 5-minute, that's a new 5-minute. Look at that 3-minute. So as soon as the retest is done, bam, there we go. Take the trade. All right, questions, comments, testimonies. Questions, comments, testimonies. Y'all have none. We got $1,000 down here. Y'all woke up sleepy. Yeah, I mean, y'all got on the call sleepy. All right. So are we seeing the movement taking place? I love it. I sneak it into work, but I'm here. You gotta do what you gotta do until you can do what you want to do. Do what you want to do until you can do what you want to do. We just here to take profit, guys. Let's go check on our S&P. S&P just broke through. Let's see what S&P is doing. Let's come up here just a little bit. You see S&P, right? So let's find another zone. Let's kind of pay attention to what's happening, right? You see this right here. Look at that curve. I want a little bit more on that. I do like that hour, right? And at 4 hours, starting to get some curves. So what it looks like, look at all the rejection that's taking place right here. That's comforting, right? You see the rejection wicks? That's very comforting. All right, I see my YouTube 777. I see you on YouTube with a 777 in the chat. All right, so let's see, are we gonna break through here? That's the ultimate question right now. Look at that 777 in the chat. So even if you only took the trade from here to here, guys, okay? Even if you only took the trade from here to here, like you see the correction that's right here. Y'all see this consolidation? So I have to allow it to come out of there a little bit. It wicked up, it rejected. So it was in this consolidation, right? I don't care what it is. I don't trade consolidation. It had to come out of the consolidation. It came back, the fundamentals hit it, and now this is where we are, okay? So I don't care what it is. I don't care. I'm not trading consolidation. I don't care. So that's where it was at. Now, let me see. Can I elaborate on the wicks? So whenever it's now, I'm gonna tell you, right? Let me come over here. Let me tell you. So let me jump up here. We got to see the wicks. All right. So I want you to go back and watch the psychological levels training, right? I want you to go back and watch that one. So in there, we talk about the psych levels. We talk about, those, but what now, as you begin to phase into the phase 3 of your education and your training, right? As you begin to phase into that, you'll begin to see around support and resistance lines, around psych levels, which psychological levels are nothing more than very strong support and resistance lines in the market. That's actually where orders take place. So the more zeros, the stronger it is, just to be clear. But what I mean by the wick rejection, okay, the market kept rising up to this point and then it got rejected. So imagine you're trying to bust through a wall, you're trying to knock on a door and they won't open the door. So as you notice that we knocked on a door, we got rejected. Nope, you can't come in. We knocked on the door again. Now I'm on an hour. So every hour, the higher the time frame, the stronger it is. So I knocked on the door. Nope, you can't come in. I knocked on the door. Nope, you can't come in. I knocked on the door again. Nope, you can't come in. We keep knocking on the door and they keep telling us no. And that's why it's wicking out, right? You see the wicking out? That's why it's wicking out. So we finally got in the door, like we got our foot in the door. You ever got your foot in the door and somebody's still like, nope, you can't come in? So that's what this is. Like, nope, you're not coming in here. You cannot come in. But they're still trying. And so we're getting rejected. So rejection is what it means, right? I know buy stop, sell stop, all of that, it don't mean what it means, right? You say stop, but it means go. No, a rejection is exactly what it means. You got rejected. No, I don't want you over here. I don't want you. I don't want to be with you. Like it's rejected. It got rejected. It go around, turn around, go away. You're not getting over here. That's a rejection. The market is rejecting, right? So you're getting rejected. Y'all, you feel me? So it's what it is. It got rejected. So hopefully that brings a little clarity, because I know that we like to compartmentalize. We like to be like, well, that might not mean this, but it might mean that. And well, I know you said rejection, but what is rejection? No, rejection is what the dictionary say rejection is. Rejection is that feeling that people get when they get rejected. When you don't get to play, when you don't get to participate, when that date don't pick you up, that's a rejection. That's you. The date didn't pick it up. Hey, you got rejected. So that's what happened. The market got rejected. All right. So we can see what's happening when we come over here. Let's check on Bitcoin real quick. Not so much. Oh, let's do the 4 hour. Y'all want to do the 4 hour? Let's do that. How y'all let me forget? Nobody reminded me. Are y'all awake? I'm excited. Somebody just made $1,000 on this call. Like, are y'all awake? Are y'all with me? Because I'm excited. That kind of gave me life. That really got, she's not going to cash at me or nothing, but it really gave me life. I don't need no cash out, but I'm just saying, like, it gave me life. So, all right. So Bitcoin, that's like the best Monday ever. Y'all used to hate to show up on Monday. She just showed up and made $1,000. She showed up and made $1,000, like, for real. Like, that's the type of Monday. Money making Monday. Money making Monday. And we be on here talking about some $100 days, $100 days. She's like, nope, sit back. I got this. I'm gonna make $1,000. Right? So, and y'all quiet, like y'all still need coffee or something. I put my coffee down because I was a little too excited. Nope, I put my coffee down. All right, I was trying to thicken this up. Here we go. All right, so that's the orange, okay? So it triggered on a 4 hour, right? We triggered on a 4 hour, So now on a 4 hour, you definitely see, now this Bitcoin, we already talked about it closing on this gap. Now Bitcoin has got as high as 67, okay? So now for you all that invest, this will help you too. Now I'm telling you now, come learn the skill set, learn when to get in, when to get out, right? Make your money, right? So now you see the blue line, right? You see where we are, we're rejected. Now, what's my confluence for the 4 hour? What's my confluence for the 4 hour? Somebody help me out. Pop quiz Monday. Somebody help me out. What's my confluence for the 4 hour? There we go. Let's check my daily. Now look at my daily. Ooh, that's pretty, right? That is beautiful. That is gonna be beautiful, right? You see what my daily is doing? The daily is in, that's why we triggering. That is going to be beautiful. And when we look at what we are, right? Let's just put a little one right here. Let's look to the left, right? So you see how good our triggers are? Let's look to the left right here, right? And then of course, you see where it was knocking, you see all the rejection that happened to the left? We're gonna pay attention to the rejection, because if they, just think about it. When you go ask your parents something, like those of you got kids and they keep asking you, you're like, no. They sneak it, then they get in trouble, they come back. And then you think they're not gonna ask you again? So you gotta be prepared to say no, right? It's not just gonna break through the market. We already been told no. So it's the same thing. Rejection really means rejection, all right? So now as we're paying attention to these zones, okay? Now understand that Bitcoin can surge. So we need to allow that correction to take place, right? We need to allow that correction to happen. And so we triggered on a 4 hour, but we always trigger in a what? We always trigger in a what? There we go. We always trigger in a correction. So knowing that we always trigger in a correction, you let the correction play out, right? Let it play out, get past the nose, and then voila, we had nothing but space and opportunity. So let it play out, 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 okay? Let it play out. Let's see what we are. Did we break this little line? We're breaking it. So now, guys, we're about 5 minutes. I'm telling you now, we're about 5 minutes to the new, to the market settling a little bit and absorbing what's happening. So I probably won't take another trade until I know for a fact we get that new hour candle. That new hour candle should be a nice, beautiful sale. Come back over here and see what's triggering on GBP USD, right? Nothing at the time. We had that 5 minute that we already talked about. We'll see what happens. We already know we're in that 4 hour. I will see what happens because, we've been kind of stuck in this zone. So I would definitely see what happens with the next hour candle before and make sure we break the zone before we take another trade. So right, we're going to make sure we do that. So we definitely going to get a new candle here. We break this, smooth sailing, right? We're going to get another hour candle. So in about 4 minutes, we'll get an hour, we'll get a 30 minute, we're going to get a 15, we're going to get a 5, we're going to get a 3, and we're going to get a 1. But you can see what's happening right now, right? On this S&P. Look where we're way back up to. So we never broke this. We tapped it and we never broke it. So that's going to be something to pay attention to. All right. Also, we might get some more triggers coming in, right? We might get some more triggers coming in. So look, US 30 just, right? No, that was the one before. I'm like, no, then I looked at the time. So not a new trigger, not a new trigger. So we'll see. Look at how we're starting to get some curve. We're definitely getting a little rejection there. It's not a strong rejection. It's not strong, but you got to break the line before we go through. All right. You see the rejection that's taking place. It's not a strong rejection, but we'll know in about 4 minutes. All right. In about 4 minutes. Question. I'll leave it up while we pray so you guys can watch it. Questions, comments, testimonies. Questions, comments, testimonies. Well done on a $1,000 day. Decided to practice my skills in demo and hung in the trade longer than I would normally. The pullbacks have me, but stayed in and I made $94. Congratulations. I have been learning for a while, but I'm determined to master the skill set. I can taste it like today. I'm telling you, go to the S&P. The US 30 moves, okay? And that's why I reiterate that and emphasize that up front. And that's why we have that pulled up as well. The triggers, the US 30 and the S&P, they hang out together. So move to the S&P. It's a little smoother, kind of like AUD is a little bit smoother than GBP. So the S&P is a little bit smoother than the US 30. You're not going to get, no, we're not watching and praying. No. We are going to pray. Oh, you mean watch and pray. Okay, let me reiterate because I'm like, trust me, I can't tell you how many people be like, we're going to pray this trade through. You praying for it to go one way, somebody else praying for it to go one way. Both of y'all prayers not getting answered. I'm just going to keep it real. Somebody prayer going to get answered, and that's going to be by happenstance. But, but what I'm saying to you is go to, understand, you see how important these zones are that we just marked up. Go to your S&P and practice it there and do it in your demo account. But one thing I will say, and I salute you for, is I always talk about a trade in profit should always end in profit. So yes, the same way we make a lot of money, the US 30 will have a pullback. And I want you to be aware and prepare for that. But what you did is you stopped out in profit. So that's something to be happy about, right? That's something to get excited about, right? It's definitely something to get excited about. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. All right. Questions, comments, testimonies, guys. Questions, comments, testimonies as we close out. You know what? I'm gonna need you to go sit down. Talk about so you can go ahead and send your seed. You know what? All right. We gotta end the laugh. All right, Miss Reed.
Yes, Miss Dyer. Anytime you're so excited, you put your coffee down. That's real excitement, and we join you in that.
I love you.
Let's pray. Great morning, God. This is your day, and we are your children. Show us your way. You're a good Father, and you take such good care of your children. We love you because you first loved us, and you blessed us with such a wonderful weekend, and we're so thankful, appreciative, and grateful for our mighty mastermind team in the persons of Mr. Rogers, Miss Dyer, Dr. Bythewood, Mrs. Anderson, Miss Brantley, Miss Perry, Mr. Sims, and Pastor Washington. Thank you, God, for the anointing to destroy yokes that is upon every member of this worldwide great economic empowerment movement. Thank you, God, for preparing the hearts and the minds of the next million households to be exposed to BYOB by March 28, 2021. Lead us and guide 2022. Lead us and guide us to them household by household, God. We're so excited about this year of transformation. And as it's coming to a close, we thank you for the obvious results, God, for the transformation that's taken place in each of our lives, for the growth that has taken place. And we eagerly anticipate the elevation in 2022. And God, now we commit Dr. Derek Kenner and his family to you in the passing of his father. God, we reach out to them with the same comfort that we have been comforted with by you, the God of all comfort. And for that, we give you thanks, God. In Jesus' name, amen. And thank God. This officially ends this prophet call. And we're going to walk our way in wealth as we get prepared for elevation. God bless you. Let us go in profit, prosperity, and abundance.